Does anybody remember 2 years ago when I made the video, I gotta learn how to shoot again? So here we are, it's 5:15, 5:20, and I need to shoot a video about training, except before I do that, I gotta go fill in at a radio show. And you get to come along with me. And here I am at the palatial intercom getting ready to be on WORD, filling in on the Terra Cervacia show. Today my captain, the guy flying this plane, is gonna be Patrick. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
Are you ready to run a proper show and make me sound great?
You know, I think I am, but it's 5:45 in the morning, so I'm not thinking straight. So maybe when showtime happens, I can be a little bit better for you.
This may be one to listen listen to the podcast, because that'll be edited.
I'll do a good job making you sound good.
So here I am with the Springer. Radio fill-in is done now, and I'm getting ready to go, but Tommy informed me that I was a part of being the #1 radio station.
Absolutely.
And he's getting ready to load this trophy into my house to where I can stick it on my mantle. So thank you, Tommy. Thank
no
you
problem.
So much for
Thank
that.
you, Bill.
Thanks for helping me with the show today, because
all I did was just enjoy the conversation.
Okay. So,
but Bill Freddy's the man. Listen to him. Lock and Loaded Radio. It's a big part of this radio station. Filling in. And this is where the attitude gathers. It's right here between me and the old bald guy.
The old bald guy. So
get you some.
Get some. Out of here. Okay. By now, everybody out there should know how I feel about training. I try to train as much as I can, whenever I can. But there's a couple of things with training that go along with it that makes it sort of difficult. Time, ammunition cost, weather. There's a lot of things that come into play. You might be hurt. You might be recovering from things. What if there was something that could help you keep the edge in your living room? Now, I'm not talking, I know about the whole dry fire thing and everything else, and that's excellent to employ. But what if there's something you could add to it, to the gun that you carry? Not to some fake gun, not to something else besides the gun you're carrying. Would that be worth it to you? Now, some of you might remember a couple of years back, I did this video called I Have to Learn How to Shoot Again. So recently I've started going back to the range. And one thing that I found out, going back to the range, I had like a pile of agency pistols to shoot for the first time. And I get out there and I can't shoot anymore. I'm not hitting anymore. I'm not coming anywhere near where I'm putting the sights. Something's happening at that last split second when I let go of that shot. This isn't good. What Dr. Dean related to me was that when they split your chest down the center, you've got nerve endings that change, you've got feelings and sensation. When they heal back, they change. Shoulders, those connections to everything changes. Biceps change, everything changes. Plus then there's the drugs that you take. I take one drug that regulates my breathing and my heart rate. And all of that plays into it. So now I get to learn all over how to shoot. Now the good part about my dilemma was that I met, quite accidentally, J.T. Albrecht, Deputy Sheriff from Pickens County, South Carolina, who took the time and took me to the range and worked with me enough to where I regained that capability of shooting. Now, for me, I carry one of 3 types of pistols. I carry a safe action type trigger, which is epitomized in this Glock, this really good Glock clone made by Ace Firearms, the CP9. Same trigger pull every time you pull the trigger. Then, sometimes, well, when I'm going a little further away, I may go to the CZP09 because of its capacity. Now, this is a single action, double action trigger. So the first trigger pull is going to be a double action, and the second trigger pull is going to be single action. And then there's the purely single action of, say, the really, really good Nighthawk Custom Falcon, which is the classic single action 1911. Now, not everybody is going to find somebody like JT Albrecht to help them out. So to this end, this company sort of came to me, and I discovered them, and the product is outstanding. This is a product that you attach to your gun. It is basically a accelerometer mounted to your gun. T-shirt. And this is it. The Mantis X shooting performance system. Now what this does, from what I understand, it has an application that works with the gun. Or rather, it has an application that works with the piece itself. The piece itself, which is very small, and think of this as purely a training tool. It comes in its own little zipper case. This mounts to the under rail on your gun. So like if you have an accessory mount right here, this can mount to your gun, and now what this is going to do is, and no, I'm not pointing a gun at you, I'm pointing a gun at the camera. So when I was trying to get my shooting mojo, when I would pull the trigger, I was doing something like that. Mantis X measures where this is going, and then it sends it to the phone app. Let's go get the phone app. And once you've got the app installed, go ahead and install the Mantis X on the accessory rail of one of your guns. This one is on my CZP09. And be advised, it comes with a nice little thumb screw on it. And I would replace this this one that needs a screwdriver with this thumb screw, especially if you're going to be switching it back and forth on all guns. The phone app is a relatively easy thing to run. First thing I want you to do is do 5 shots dry practice in open training. I want you to do 5 shots in open practice. When you do it, be sure and press the open practice shot. I'm going to do all 5 of these shots in double action because this is where I lack the most. So we're going to hit start. Okay, I think I figured it out now. So 5 shots, double action only. Okay, figured it out. Let's try 5 shots, double action only. It says it's only 4. Okay, so this is good. That's saying that was that last shot was no good because I was sort of rushing it. It says pushing, no follow through, and this is what it's going to do. It's going to measure your shots. Then you hit stop, reset, start. This is going to be your start screen. Now, this will work with anything that has an accessory rail. So, take the thumb screw out, pull it all the way off, slide it off. can you see the possibilities of this? I mean, it's one thing to sit in your house and dry fire practice. That's a great thing. It's quite another thing to get out there and at the same time see how well your shots are going. See if you're actually doing something. Now, also, like with this single action Nighthawk Falcon, no rail at all, so nowhere to attach it, right? Also available at Mantis X are these adapters. I know kinda, just sorta how they work. Let's see if we can take a look at them. So they have these rails that will fit. Is that in the light? Is that picking up the light any at all? They have these rails that will fit on the bottom of your magazine. Now where this comes in, this is really good for me because the first shot you're taking, if you're drawing from concealment or if you're drawing from a holster, if you're going to be pulling that first shot out and you're coming up this way, presenting the gun out, and then trying to squeeze that trigger as fast as you can, that's always the one that everybody seems to have the issue with because of where it's going. This will help you measure that as well. So not only can you dry fire practice, you can also dry fire practice the draw, and you can see how well your first shot's going to go. It has benchmarks, it has groups, it has settings, anything that you're going to need, and it is downloadable. It comes with a USB cable. This is a tool that you can take and do it anywhere at home, anytime you need to train. So go check them out. And this, I believe the Mantis X retails for $149. That's not very bad for a training aid whatsoever. And this way, you can train. And like if one of your things is, well, you know, I'm changing out guns. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to carry the gun or not. Well, then you just take it and you slide it on and you start training with it with the new carry gun. Let's see how good I can do with the safe action pistol. Let's, well, start with 5 shots. Possible causes: breaking wrists up. I'm going to be training with my Mantis X a lot. I can see that now because JT's always on me about work on your marksmanship, Bill. You're fast already. Work on your marksmanship. Check them out. MantisX.com. This is going to make my training fun. One thing I neglected to mention there at the end of the video, this will be going out to the range with JT and I as soon as we find one to go to.